started?
Let's do this. All right.
Katie's going to take it away first.
Yeah. Hey guys. I figured we'd introduce ourselves first so you know why we're standing up here as experts. But I'm Katie Campbell. This is Brandy Jones. We are the dynamic duo of Casey Creative. We're a marketing consulting company based here out of Wilmington with a lot of experience in real estate and in your world. I cut my teeth at St. James Plantation. I was a marketing director there for 10 years. And Brandy and I, that's where we met. And Brandy came onto the marketing team. She ended up leaving and going to work at Brunswick Forest. So we were competitors for several years. And I had the opportunity.
Check and see which lots you're referring to. I haven't seen that.
It was supposed to.
Time out.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Good to go? Okay, cool. So here we are. But anyway, we were competitors for many years, and in 2015 I had the opportunity to start my own consulting company, and I jumped at the chance. It was a lifelong dream of mine, and Brandy joined me last year. So it was awesome. We always wanted to work together again, and she came back, and really our forte is developers, real estate brokers, home builders. So we really dabble in your industry. We know it well. And are growing every day. So we're excited to be here and talk to you guys a little bit about social media. It's one of our strong suits. It's what we do every day. We hashtag and and tag folks and kind of understand how vital it is to your business. So we're happy that you're sitting in here, and we're just going to tell you a little bit kind of about the ins and outs and really just the basics of what you need to know really about Facebook and Instagram. Those are the big dogs. Those are the ones you really should be on for your business platform. And I'm curious, I know, I know there's a lot of new folks in here to the real estate world, but who has a business page set up on Facebook already? Okay. And how about Instagram? Are you doing, okay.
In
Cool.
business or just personal?
Business.
Okay.
Business.
And
Okay.
everybody else, do you have a personal Facebook page?
Okay, cool.
All right.
I mean, I figure like everybody at least has that.
So
yeah.
we're going to dive a little bit into the pros and cons of using your business Facebook page versus using your personal Facebook page, and same with Instagram. With Facebook's recent change of algorithms this year, they favor the personal experience. So some of you may have a great personal page, and we'll kind of dive into that. Like, it may be worth like messaging on both. So I guess without further ado, we'll get into
Do it, girl.
why Facebook and Instagram for your business. So Facebook, just for a quick review, it's the most common social media, probably the most well-known. There's over 2.13 billion monthly active Facebook users. This changes daily.
Yeah.
72% of those have income over $75,000. So you can see right there why you want to be on Facebook. To get at some of those target demographics. They have a form of higher education, 74% of them. It's a great platform to get your feet wet before diving into other social media platforms. So if you're familiar with Facebook and you're comfortable with it, it's a good thing to use for your business. You can build an audience of your friends, your family, your former clients, pretty much your sphere of influence. But remember, if you're going to use your personal account for business, just be mindful of what you post. So we're not telling you today that if you have a personal account that you have to stop using it and you have to transition to a business account. That's definitely something that we want to discuss and have you weigh the pros and cons of that. But just if you're going to use your personal account for business, you're probably going to want to be pretty mindful of what you're posting out there every single day. So let's kind of start exploring the review of Instagram. So Instagram is the fastest growing social media platform out there, over 800 million users, and again, this changes daily. It's the best place to meet millennials, so if you are looking at first-time home buyers, if that's an audience you're going after, this would be a great platform for you, because over 90% of them are under 35. It's a great platform to, if you're kind of creative in nature or you kind of have like a little bit of a photographer's eye, it's a great platform for that. Again, you're still building an audience of friends, family, former clients. And again, just being mindful of what you post, and we're going to go into the pros and cons, and that's really kind of what's up next. So
I want to just interject too. I think one, obvious to call out is that it's a really inexpensive form of marketing for you. So, just to have a business page is free, but, just to do, ads, which we're going to dabble in and talk about, you can throw very minimal dollars at it to boost reach. So it's an effective, inexpensive form of marketing.
So, pros of a business Facebook page: you can advertise, you can boost posts, you can create target audiences. You will not be able to do that on your personal page. So if that's something that you're after, then you're going to want to have a business Facebook page set up. And then from there, you can look at the insights of how your posts are reaching folks, how engaging your posts are, how you're growing your likes and followers. You're also able to schedule your posts, which we would highly recommend, with you guys being so busy, that you make social media a part of your daily routine, and this schedule feature on a business page makes that possible for you guys. So it's just like doing your calls, like you want to set aside maybe an hour a day to do your social media. Cons of a business Facebook page, like we mentioned, Facebook this year changed their algorithm to favor personal experiences. So it's going to serve up those things first before it serves up your open house or your just listed posts. It's going to serve up you and your friends, which is unfortunate, but that is kind of like the nature of the beast. Another thing, if you already have a significant following on your personal Facebook page, moving those folks to a business page, you risk kind of splicing your audience. Not saying that it can't be done, and you can definitely do it, and you can do it well, but you're also going to be doing some double duty, because if you don't get all of your folks moved over to your business page, then you're going to need to share some of the content of your business on your personal page. So that's just kind of some of the pros and cons to weigh as you decide, is a business Facebook page for you, is a personal Facebook page for you. We do recommend a business page. It's cleaner, it's tidier, the messaging, the insights that you can use, it's just, it keeps kind of it like compartmentalized.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is the ads and the ability to throw some money at a post for an open house, or build a campaign to grow your likes and your followers. That is the A1 number one reason to have a business page.
You will not be able to do that with a personal page. Right. So similar with Instagram. The cool thing is with Instagram, you can go from your personal Instagram account to switch it over to a business Instagram account, and you don't lose your followers. So that's kind of cool. That with Facebook, you have to like invite people over, and you basically have to start over. With Instagram, you don't. So that's pretty cool. You can advertise, create sponsored ads with a business Instagram account. You have insights just like you do with Facebook. And you guys are probably aware of this, but Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company, so you're starting to see similar features within both, which is nice. And then you're able to, with a business Instagram account, your clients or your audience is able to reach out to you directly. With a personal Instagram account, your information is private and hidden, so they can reach out to you via phone or email. The cons of a business Instagram account, like Facebook, the algorithm favors personal posts and experiences, and the business Instagram account is a bit more formal, so then just being cognizant of what you're posting, again, if you decide to go the business route. Any questions before we go? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to understand what the difference is between the personal page and the business page. Is Facebook like going to regulate, and how do they regulate what you put on those pages, and what are the requirements and all that? How do you make sure you do it?
So it doesn't necessarily regulate in a way that you can't post whatever you want on your business page, but it definitely has algorithms built in. I can't tell you specifically how they build those out, but it will serve up more personal experiences. So a way to maybe introduce like some personal experiences on your business page, taking photos with clients, making it warmer rather than it just being a picture of a house. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. So as far as like, for example, for Facebook, I've got a personal page, but I mix my business in with that because that's what I've just always done. Is Facebook gonna say, no, you can no longer do that? Because it looks like I've seen some regulations, some language out there that's kind of indicating that.
currently it hasn't moved towards that, but it could. They could change it tomorrow. I mean, they're already making changes that are coming down the pipeline. I don't know if you guys saw anything that they're gonna change the way your business page lays out. And you can go ahead and change your business page over. It doesn't really do much, but
You can't tell, right?
I can't really tell the difference. I moved our business page over, but you just never know. They can, what they did this year with rolling out the favoring personal versus business, I mean, that was pretty big in how they changed the algorithm, so.
But both are still free.
Both are still free.
Correct.
Unless you decide to throw some.
Boost or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So both are still free. So some quick tips for Facebook and Instagram, and just wanting to make sure everybody kind of understands the difference between a hashtag and tagging. So, are there questions?
Hashtag questions?
So hashtags, literally the old pound sign, they are really kind of less meaningful on Facebook nowadays because Facebook has a built-in search engine. So, you could look at Modern Farmhouse, for example, on Facebook, and it operates like Google does, and it will serve you up relevant posts to Modern Farmhouse. But on Instagram, you would follow that hashtag. So hashtags are really still pretty meaningful on Instagram, more so than Facebook. But on Facebook, the hashtag does help kind of group topics together, and you can still use them kind of playfully, but purposefully. And what we mean by that is you can have, so if you have a tagline for your advantage in real estate, or we make real estate easy for you, or whatever, if you have a personal tag, you can make that a signature line on your Facebook page. Every post that you make, you can tag that and make that meaningful. Or you can make it playful. You want to give some examples of, like, if you were having an open house, I mean,
Hashtag don't miss it, or hashtag where are you this Saturday, or hashtag better be there, or I don't know. I mean,
so, but you really want to keep it 1 to 3. They say that you get better engagement with 1 to 3 for Facebook with 1 to 3 hashtags, and keep it tidy. So either use it in the message, or either use it down below. So don't do both. Like, don't hashtag open house and then hashtag party in our house, at the bottom. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
keep them clean, like.
Do you click the hashtag?
I know, I don't get it either. I'm totally lost with
Yeah.
this. I mean, how does
I just looked at them, I'm like, is it me?
I know.
They're really not relevant, honestly, on Facebook.
They're really not. I mean, that's kind of the takeaway. You can use them. You can use it to help kind of
It's
like.
just a slang,
It really is.
cool way to say something.
But, it was
Three
originally,
words.
hashtags were originally created on Twitter. Twitter really isn't an animal that we use
Not
in
really.
Wilmington area. But on Instagram, it is actually truly a search tool.
Mhm.
So for Instagram, you can hashtag till your heart is content, And hashtag Wilmington real estate, hashtag Wilmington NC. So kind of group it by geo, group it by what you do, because on Instagram, folks will actually follow that hashtag, and you'll get served up potentially, in their feed of someone I follow. I love Modern Farmhouse. And thank you, Joanna Gaines, for starting this movement. But I follow all folks that tag Modern Farmhouse in a post. So I see stuff from Oklahoma, and I see stuff from California that folks have tagged Modern Farmhouse in their Instagram posts.
Hashtag Granny's at best dude.
So if I post, I usually post on Instagram, and
Okay.
then I repost it automatically
Yes.
to Facebook.
I love that.
Is there any negative to me using the hashtags on Instagram and then just flowing over? It just doesn't make any impact on Facebook.
They're really
right?
not
Okay.
that meaningful on Facebook.
Okay.
They just say
But it
don't.
doesn't,
it won't hurt you.
Okay.
Yeah, they just say don't overuse
Overdo
it.
it.
I mean, so if you're gonna use them, make them meaningful, which it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna hurt you. And that's kind of what we mean. Be tidy with your hashtag. I mean, just there's no need to go 12 hashtags long.
Yeah.
Like that's not meaningful or purposeful. So
What happens if you just don't do the hashtags at all?
on Facebook, it doesn't really offend you hurt you, but it doesn't offend you. But on Instagram, it really could hurt you because you may not get served up for like essentially if you have a listing that is a modern farmhouse, you could get served up for that.
So like how, like she was saying, don't miss it, hashtag don't miss it, for
That-
like an open house. Like how would that benefit?
It wouldn't.
It wasn't, we're just saying like you could use that on Facebook like if you wanted to, but like you wouldn't want to use more than like 3 minutes.
It's just
It's
used in a
just-
jokey way.
Yeah, it's kind of like a more playful thing.
Yeah, so, but it doesn't have a practical use if you say, having a great day, or whatever.
Right.
But
So-
if you hashtag something specific, then somebody on Instagram that's looking for that can follow just hashtags
Correct.
instead of following people's accounts.
So then you would just, like on your Instagram, you would have like hashtag open house?
You could do that,
Or
but
like
you could do
hashtag-
specific features within the house that people may be watching for on Instagram. Does that
Or
make
open
sense?
house.
Hashtag
Like 3 bedrooms,
Yeah, or
2
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Wilmington, North
Like
Carolina.
hashtag
Beach
pool
house,
house.
oceanfront.
I mean, house with pool or
House
something.
with pool. Okay.
Beach house,
Beach
open
house.
That makes sense.
Open concept.
Yeah. So you're almost like
Yeah.
trying to really pull out specific features about
Gotcha.
the house more so than just open house, you know,
Right.
in general. So.
Okay.
Okay, mine is not the hashtag the problem that I have.
Okay.
I do have, for years I have the business since they started, and I
Uh-huh.
love that, I do all that. And I create a business for the Instagram, but I
Okay.
can't find it.
Oh, wow.
I do not know how to get in there now. I do not know. You know what I mean?
You can't log in?
I do not know how to get in my business account. How do I do that? Because I did one time and now I do not know how to go back.
Maybe we can
I
talk
was gonna
after.
say, let's sidebar
Yeah.
after and try and figure that out.
Okay.
We'll see if we can dig it up. But do you have the app on your phone?
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yes,
okay,
I use
well,
that all
that's
the time. My personal, yeah.
Okay, we'll see if maybe we can. It's as easy as toggling back and forth.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, so the tagging really on Facebook and Instagram is kind of like tapping somebody on the shoulder. Like they get a notification that you tag them. So on Instagram, it's a great way to give credit that if you're doing a repost or sharing somebody else's content to kind of like thank them. You know, so if you know, there's a lot of great, if you follow the tag, or the hashtag, Wilmington, North Carolina, there's a lot of great photos out there that comes out of our area. And if you were to share that forward, I mean, we have a lot of talented photographers that you could share that forward and just give a nod by tagging the photographer and then sharing that on your Instagram.
That's a great way for content. It's good
Yeah,
content.
easy
builder.
content that's kind of like there for you. Does that make sense?
I wonder if you should show the walkthrough really quick on how you would tag.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Would that be helpful to y'all?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's weird. Sometimes Facebook will tag when you're just typing the name in, it will find the person, and other times you have to nudge it. So this is an example, yeah.
Do you want, okay,
Go,
so the hashtag is a repost. This was a picture that was taken within Love Lydia Bakery. And we follow the hashtag Love Lydia, or like they actually they tagged Love Lydia. So we followed that and we were able to find this. And then we reposted it, shared it forward, and then like thanked. You can like tag the person that like shared
Did
it.
the photo.
Yeah, that did the photo.
This is Instagram.
This
Correct.
is Instagram. Now on Facebook that looks a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because on Facebook when you use the @ symbol in front of somebody's name, the @ symbol doesn't stay there, it goes away and you actually like,
So if I'm on
It
Facebook,
bolds you. Yeah, can we go to Facebook
Yeah.
and we'll do an
if I'm on
example?
Facebook, I say, great photography job, thank you, Jason Unique Media, at Jason Unique Media, that's gonna go viral.
do you want to go to Jason Unique Media's account?
I don't know if he has a count.
Well, okay, so I know, let's look up, I'm sure they do.
There it is. Mhm.
So say this post right here was actually one of your listings, let's just say it was. Then you could go and share this board and share. I have multiple pages, but let's pretend this was your page at the top, okay? And then you would say something about this, and you would want to say, love this photo, thanks, at Unique.
Okay.
And it should start. Yeah. Is it coming up yet?
Yeah, I see it. I saw, yep, there it is.
And then you would select them,
Okay.
and then
They're
you tag them. So
Gotcha.
then when you actually do that and you post that, they get a notification that you've tagged them. So it's almost like a way.
Doesn't all their followers, Unique Media was just tagging this photo?
No, it gives a notification to them, but it could get started up in their followers' feeds.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's a way of, especially if you're really in the marketing world, if you're kind of courting a company to like tag them, you can like almost let them know you're thinking. But for you guys, clients that you've worked with, just tagging them, and then their friends, it would get
Gotcha.
possibly served up in their friends' feeds, and then they would know, oh, you know, like
Okay. I get it.
Timmy just helped, you
Yeah.
know, Bob and Sue Smith, and
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
them, maybe I want, you know, maybe I'll
Gotcha.
work with them. Does that make sense? So that's tagging on Facebook.
And then tagging by using the @ symbol,
Correct. Yes.
and then that brings up their business page?
It will bring a Siri, yeah.
Or any
Business
pages?
or
Okay,
like, I could try and tag you, like,
Gotcha.
you can try and tag a client.
Uh-huh.
So, and but tagging is using the @ sign on either platform. Just
Okay.
on Instagram, you see that when you tag, it stays with it.
So last night I was on Facebook and a friend of mine selling a house, so I wrote,
Click back. Got it, yeah, sorry.
I wrote, sometimes helping a friend sell their house means they move across the state. We'll miss you, Lori James and Tim James, but they didn't get tagged. But if I put @ Lori James
Yeah.
and Tim James, they would've got it.
That's
So
right.
the @ wouldn't show up on my post.
Correct.
That's right, but they
But
would
it's just
show up as like
a
almost a
message to
link.
tell Facebook, tag that.
That's right. And then you can go back and edit that post and still tag them.
I might do
So the opportunity is not
Okay.
lost.
that. Got it.
Okay.
The magic word with Facebook is reach. You've probably heard like everything, you know, #reach, but you're looking for reach, and by tagging folks, it's showing up in their feed and it's extending your audience of potential eyeballs to your post. So where you would be just putting it, you know, into the news feed of your followers, by tagging Love Lydia sees it and is like, oh wow, it's awesome.
Mhm.
Brandy's like made a note, maybe gives a little shout out. It's showing up now to Love Lydia. So it grows that reach that you're after, which helps, you know, your followers grow. It's just the social media world of, you know, like, hey, we're all in this together, and you want your, you know, the circle of who sees it to be as, you know, broad as possible.
So if you're doing like you're at a restaurant and you're saying, oh my, you know, I just had the
Amazing.
best
Mhm.
steak dinner at, you know, ABC, whatever.
Bruce Chris.
And,
Yeah.
and then you would say, you would find their Facebook page and then just tag them on that?
You would just literally hit the @ sign
Uh-huh.
and you would start typing
Typing
in
in.
Bruce Chris, and it would start to populate
Ah,
the pages or the,
yes,
does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay,
okay.
cool.
It's great.
This is
Yes.
probably the
Yeah,
hardest
go try the
concept.
tagging. Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Try that. Exercise for the day and
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
because it really does. And you know, if you're playing the social media game correctly, Reese Chris Wilmington would be like, oh man, it's awesome. Brandy loves our steak.
And they might comment back.
They might comment back,
Right.
or they might like it, or whatever. I mean, it's all about the comments, likes, shares game.
But for you guys, the practical applications are with clients that you've served and helped and tagging them, and the potential that it gets served up in their friends' feed. That's where you guys want to be found,
Right,
you know, and potential other clients, you know.
yes.
So
And a lot of folks too in the real estate world will use it as like a way to do a shout out to the vendors that they work closely with. They're, you know, mortgage brokers and they're, you know, staging companies and, you know, so it's obviously a really good way too to give shout outs to the folks that you guys work closely with to put your deals together.
Yep.
So.
That's awesome.
Good? Clear as mud?
Hashtag and Clear as mud, that's right.
Alright, so some quick tips for making things meaningful on Facebook. So this sounds silly to kind of go through some of this, but it really is truthfully, like it will help you stand out. So perfect your profile picture. This is first impressions 101. Make it, it really is, make it memorable. Something that kind of captures, you know, if you're a boater, take your picture out on the water. If you're an artist, take it in an art gallery or take a really super artsy photo, like, but show your face first in your profile picture. And then also your cover photo, just make them count for you and make them work for you because, you know, it's really easy to forget somebody, but if you have like a pretty unique picture, it can set you apart.
I agree.
Don't neglect native video in Facebook, and what that means is, so Facebook favors Facebook Live. That's why they have it built right into their system. So do live videos within Facebook. Also, if you create a video for your listing or for an open house, make sure that you're posting that. If you have a YouTube channel or if you're posting it elsewhere, make sure you also post the original video in Facebook. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Yes, okay, great.
Question.
Yeah.
If you do the Facebook Live, does that give you the opportunity to delete, edit, or anything else, or is it live and live?
It's not. It does, like, you don't have to post it. You can do a whole live video and then, like, delete it. But you can't.
But can you play it before you post it? Like
You can.
to yourself?
You can play it before you post it, but it's live. I mean, it's live.
You're out there.
You're out there.
But if you do not share, nobody can share either, you know, if you delete
Yeah, so
it.
you can choose to delete it pretty, like, unless
Yeah.
you're doing like a 30-minute
Yeah, I've
long
done
video,
that after I
like, you
said,
can
I
pretty
thought it
much
was
get it back
terrible, so I
pretty
deleted
quickly.
it.
Yeah. Don't do it
So
pretty
just
long.
a few
Yeah.
people seen.
If you do like a minute and a half long, like, probably the opportunity from when you did it to when it's served up and watching it, you have the opportunity to delete it before, like, if you didn't like something about it. And it also, I mean, you can, I mean, it does say delete, but you cannot go in and edit. So next, keep your content interesting. So don't just do live videos, you know, post pictures, share things from other resources, so we can go through some of those good resources. But don't just do the same thing over and over and over, because then your channel kind of becomes a little
Stale.
bit, yeah, stale.
Yeah, you know, we write content for a living every single day. We write, so, and I realize some days, man, you got it. You're like, yeah, oh, I feel really good about this today. And some days you're like, what am I gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that sometimes it's hard to keep that content fresh, but I think, you know, the takeaway is something Brandy mentioned. People love engaging photos. So if you just don't got it today, you know, share a photo of, you know, a Wilmington sunrise, Wilmington sunset. Those are always good go-tos. But, you know, the beauty of where we live is the beach and, you know, the golf and
downtown.
Right.
And we're so fortunate that we kind of have this little arsenal of built-in content just because of the area that we live in.
So what do I do for people living in Sneed's Ferry that have nothing?
bless their hearts.
Wait, that's right, I can post pictures of shrimp.
Hashtag bless your heart.
Yeah, exactly. Delicious
That
seafood.
stinks very.
Yeah.
They just have the shrimp festival.
Yeah.
Hashtag shrimp fest.
You guys are professional. You're a mic, so stop it.
That stinks very shrimp.
Good. Another thing that you can do to help kind of with your engagement and your reach is to optimize your post timing. And this is probably one of the hardest things to do, to try and guess Facebook's algorithm. But currently, the safest time to post is actually during the week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 3. And I'm not even kidding you, this just changed, like, because before, like, probably like a month ago, we were saying the best time to post is, you know, like, think about, like, people's schedule, like, when they're getting to work, so, like, around 10, like, around lunchtime, around, like, the afternoon when they're getting home.
Or their couch times and
Yeah,
scrolling. you
but
know.
now that's changed, so,
10 to 3,
10 to
magic window.
3,
And that,
magic
again, that's the beauty of a business page, is you can schedule your post. You don't have to be sitting at your page, you know, at your computer from 10 to 3 to post
Yeah.
something. Tell Facebook when you want it to go.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean the safest time? Is that when most people are looking?
Facebook recommends to get like the best, to get the best engagement. That doesn't, or the best reach, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't post a picture outside of this time frame
Right.
and that you wouldn't get good results from it. It's just kind of giving you some guidelines
They're
and
just saying that's when most people are looking?
That's when
yeah,
they
and
want
if you
to
and if you
post.
kind of think about it, like
Yes, that's
people
when
have
they
got
want you to post.
they've gotten to work, they're having their cup of coffee, they're maybe checking their Facebook page, whether they should or
So
not.
that's what they're thinking.
You know, then lunchtime they get another break. The only time that I feel like is outside of this window is I really think couch time. Like I know that I sit there at home and scroll through kind of my social
Mindless
media
scroll.
when like I like after dinner, like so I kind of think about it in the way that you use social media is also kind of the way you should post. You know, like to have things serving up relevantly to when you kind of like use it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so, and I think test it. You know, I have clients where I see really, you know, real estate clients where I will post on the weekend, and I will schedule it to be like 8 a.m. on Saturday morning or something like that, because you're just waking up and starting your day, and maybe you're looking at your feed. And I have seen some really good results from an 8 a.m. Saturday or Sunday morning post. Because maybe you're in their feed where other realtors are taking the weekend off, you know, as far
or
as
maybe
posting.
your audience is not millennials and
Right.
so they're waking up earlier. You know,
Right.
like-
When you say feedback, you mean like people liking it?
so your reach is how many kind of eyeballs are seeing your post. Your engagement is how many people are actually like liking, commenting
Okay.
on your post.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, that's where I get confused, because it's, whenever you do a post and it says X amount of people reached,
Mm-hmm.
so say if it was like 50 people reached, does that mean that they actually clicked on?
No,
Eyeballs.
that's
Like, how does it-
eyeballs.
How does it know an eyeball? Like,
Yeah.
like how is it,
I assume Facebook has some sort of pixel that they use. That
so
are,
as they're like
It's
scrolling,
the algorithm.
scrolling down the feed, that means that they scrolled past?
yeah, no,
your-
they're not saying the retention of being seen. They're just saying this is how many people that your post reached.
So it doesn't mean that they actually physically
Absorbed it.
saw it?
Yeah.
It just means that it's.
Rolled by.
Rolled,
It's like a billboard on the side of Florida.
Gotcha,
You didn't read the billboard, but this is how many
but
cars
it
drove
reached
past it.
X
Yeah.
amount of eyeballs.
Gotcha. So it's almost kind of deceiving if you don't really know.
Right,
what
so
you're-
engagement's really
Yeah.
crucial. That's the
That's the big
people
one.
that are like, that if they saw your post and they liked the post,
Right,
then you know they definitely saw it, you know?
okay,
And if they commented on it, so, I mean, that's the goal, is engagement.
gotcha.
So,
How do you find out who those engagements are?
it'll tell you. You should get a notification that so-and-so liked your post, or let's look at that real quick, because I think I can answer.
You'll definitely know the comments, you know, you'll see the comment, and I would almost always, if you can, respond. You know, with a business page, you can hide a comment that may be negative. I've maybe in my time had just a few negative comments where I've had to hide. I can think of in my experience, I've had to ban like one person. So you really do not get the negative Nancy's of the world for the most part, but you can hide them if you need to. But I would almost say if you get a comment or something, always respond back. That I feel like that freshens the post as well when you're, you know, it's again
Yeah.
engagement. It will show up higher. So if you're just interacting with the person back and forth and like, you know, oh, that's great, thank you so much, keep in touch, or whatever, and they write back, Facebook loves that, you know, 'cause y'all are talking back and forth and it'll serve up a little bit higher.
So to answer your question specifically, how do you know who actually engaged with you? So you don't, right here, it tells you, above the little like,
This is the business.
this is the business page. Oh, I want to go. But see, it tells you Trent, Kevin, David.
You can click on it too if it's more than those
That's
people.
right,
or just someone.
and then you can invite those folks back if they don't like your page. Like say Trent didn't like it, it would say invite, and you could click that and invite them back to follow your page.
That's the best little
Yeah.
trick. If y'all aren't doing that now, and you've done any kind of boost or any kind of paid advertising on your pages, go back through and check the folks that have liked that post that you boosted, and anybody that
It also
says,
shows it on your personal page too.
Which that I understand, but it also has an option to go in and look at the insights
So that's on your Facebook business page.
and engagements and post reach and all of that. And so when you click on it, it says people reached, video views, engagements, and then you've got this list of engagement types. When you go to it, it doesn't list who
That's
the
because you're
people
looking
are.
at a certain time period.
Okay,
You can look at specifically who interacted with a post.
okay,
Does that make sense?
okay.
Can
So,
you show where you find who has liked your page? Isn't there like a area where you could click on and see specifically?
So if you have a business page, you can 100%, I mean, your Facebook personal page, it's just gonna be your friends, or,
Right.
But your business page, if you go into your settings, and you go to people and other pages,
Okay.
And it
Oh,
shows you
people in
everybody.
other places, okay.
that's liked your page.
Awesome.
So can you click on who liked your page and see who their friends are and go ahead and ask them to like your page?
You could do that via Facebook Messenger, but it would be, I mean, you're literally having, like, it's a personal invite
So you
that
have
you're
the
reaching
person
out via,
make-
and you may, especially if you're inviting them to your
Business page.
Facebook, business page, you may get thumped. Like Facebook, if you do like 100 people, it will tell you
Well, how
that.
can you get more people to come to your business
I know.
page?
Yeah, so that's where you can utilize Facebook ads. That's one thing that you can do a likes campaign to grow your audience.
Can you show us how to do that?
I feel like let's sidebar on that because that is like a whole nother class.
That's what I came
that might be worth teaching a class
Yeah.
on for.
Yeah, we'll do a whole class on that because Facebook
Uh-huh.
advertising. But you would, just to quickly touch on that so we don't leave you completely like
In the dark.
Yeah, in the dark. You would go into your actual page. So up at the top, there's a little arrow. You would go into create or manage ads, either or. And then once you're into your ads managers, so you can actually hit create. Can you see the screen button? And we want to create a complete campaign, and it'll guide you through, which is pretty cool. Engagement, this is where you're going to build your audience if you select this as the method. Page likes. And you could rename this campaign whatever you want. We're gonna call it likes. Yep. Continue. And then this is where you start tailoring your audience. So you would choose your business page as the page that you want to grow your audience, your likes on. And then you would want to come in here and customize your audience. So where you want to spend your money. You know, whether it's Sneads Ferry or if it's Wilmington or if it's Leland or if it's Southport, you would want to come in here and add the geo and do a certain mile radius. So if it's Wilmington, North Carolina.
this is really important too
Yeah.
for building an ad, because you don't wanna just, say anywhere in the US.
Yeah.
Facebook is basically gonna be like, no, try it again. Like, so,
Yeah.
if your client base obviously is Wilmington or Hampstead, I mean, tell it that, so it's serving to the people that you want to follow.
And then you can get very specific, but I have read some articles that, they have these, targeting details that you can like match behaviors. I've heard that this may go away, which I'm pretty like, I know, I've read about it, but it hasn't yet, so like utilize it, because this is where you could type in, real estate.
Say you have a golf property, type in, people that follow golf or golf-related items on Facebook, they may be good to target,
Or the Golf Channel, or Golf Digest, or, so does that make sense? And the more that you can add the targeting, the more specific your audience can get, so it's pretty, this is like a whole class.
It really is.
And that's why they've talked about taking it away, because it's following people, and it's,
the privacy rules.
Mhm.
If you're on Facebook, come on.
Yeah. For the marketing side of it, it's sad, like if this goes away, because you can really get pretty specific with your ads. Anyway.
This is like nerding out. This is what we say when we're nerding out.
Yeah.
I find this really fascinating. For very little dollars, you're really, you can hone in on a really tight audience that, man, in a marketing world, it's a dream.
So just to grow your audience, just to recap, you would go into your ad manager, which is actually built into your personal account because it's tied to your personal credit card. Then you would go in and you would want to do an engagement campaign specifically to grow likes. And then it will walk you through this step by step, and then you can choose how many dollars you want to associate with it, so on and so forth. But until this goes away, definitely try and create a target audience. Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying you can go out here and for a certain amount of money, I can pay for a certain amount of reach? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
And you can tell it, like, I only want to spend $1 a day, or I want to spend.
Yeah, $2 a day for 30 days, or, yeah.
But this, again, that's where the other class I think would come in handy, because boosting a post is totally different than this.
That's right.
And I think there is some definite confusion. Boosting a post is really not going to grow your likes like an actual true ad campaign will. So.
And then a likes campaign is not the only campaign that you can run. There are many, many campaigns that you can run. That's a way that you can get at your audience paid organically. What you were talking about doing, you can absolutely do. You could do it. It would be a lot of like effort, but it would probably
Because I
work.
already went into my personal Facebook page and they liked my business
Yep.
page. And now those friends, I want to try to get them
Yep.
into, how do I do that?
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger.
All right.
Where you would literally have to send them an invite to like your page. But I will tell you, because I've done it before, Facebook will thump you.
Not saying, just saying.
Not saying, just saying.
And what happens when you get thumped?
It won't cut you out of your account or anything like that, but it'll say, whoa, it basically like throws up a warning and it says, whoa, this is not how it's intended to be used. Messenger is intended to be used. And then you can get back to it in like 3 days.
Not saying, just
Not
saying.
saying, just saying. Bad practices.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes.
So I have one more question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already sent out the message for them to like my business
Yes.
page, and it's been a couple of months and they haven't replied. I can't go back and do it again, so they must have missed it somewhere.
You should always be able to go back in Messenger because Messenger.
Go in Messenger.
You can go in
and say,
Messenger,
and say, hey,
but you're right. If you invited them from a
Once.
post,
it won't do it again.
yeah. But I've noticed every 6 months or so, it seems like they reset that, and give you the ability to go back in, and if somebody. Well, I had that happen randomly once or twice, but it's not often.
Well, this is where the tagging comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can use your personal page and do a post where you tag your business page. You can,
Yeah.
you can try to do it
So
in an
let's-
organic way.
Just so we're not getting off topic, because this is a very important question that we get asked a lot, is how you get more engagement or more people to follow your business page, especially if you're moving from a personal page to a business page. So Katie's making a very good point. Consistently, while you're trying to move people over to your business page until you reach whatever you feel, and I would argue that you need to several times throughout the year invite people over from your personal page to your business page.
Ask
Like,
my friends and clients to go ahead and share that page so other people could like it.
yeah, so on your personal page, you would like to extend an invite to all your friends to follow your business page, and you're going to want to do that several times.
So
Like,
if I
you
put
can't just do it once and expect it.
So in my comments, if I put my business page and then I share that, all they have to do is click that and like it, right? They don't
If you,
even have
in
to-
your post, if you tag your business page,
Right.
they will just have to click on that, and then,
Okay,
but they will have to go in and like the page.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Or
So
do
you-
double duty for
Yeah.
a little bit of time. If you're posting on your business page, share it to your personal. Do double duty back and forth so that they're, starting to kind of see what you're up to,
Mhm.
and that might help as well.
Mhm.
So you can tag your business page from your personal
You
page.
sure can.
Yeah, do it all the time if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my other question is, this thing that's going around, wow, it really works. I did so-and-so and now I'm seeing more people. Is that a hoax or is that real?
Oh, the one where they're like, where you copy a message and
Yeah.
then, I think it's a hoax. I never buy into any of that.
Okay.
It's just like the Nigerian that needs money to, whatever, the hoax email thing that
That's a
goes around.
hoax. I replied to it.
Oh, gosh.
I would, don't give them any more
Don't
links.
do it. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about, Timmy? I don't know what you're.
There's an email going around or a
It's
message.
on Facebook
Mhm.
and it says, wow, it really works. I up and did so-and-so. I was only seeing 25
Yeah.
people and now since I've done this, I see so many more. I hadn't clicked on it, but
It's kind of you see it, I've seen it on a couple of my friends' things. I don't know, I would assume it is, but I haven't really looked into that.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah, it probably is.
He has an article on the Washington Post that is a hoax.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would assume.
Don't do it. Okay, so we kind of got a little off topic, but no big deal. That was a really important, I'm glad that we were able to do that. But I think maybe suggest a Facebook advertising.
I will get with
Okay.
Jeff and get that scheduled.
Okay, so then, be responsive. So I think we kind of touched on this, don't just post, share things that other people are doing. If somebody comments on your page, make sure to comment back. Don't just leave people hanging. So it's kind of just being courteous. On Instagram, you want to clearly communicate what you do when you set up especially on your business Instagram account. You can add a little bio, you can do a website URL, you can set up your phone number, your email, so just make sure that's all set up when you do a business Instagram account. You want to give your post a distinctive look. So in marketing, this is one thing that we always highly recommend is that, develop a brand look for yourself, signature colors or a signature filter or something, a signature hashtag or something that's just brand recognition. Quality control is important on Instagram. If it's a fuzzy image, don't use it. If it's pixelated, no. It's not even worth your time. Don't do it.
Yeah, Instagram is just so photo heavy. That really is kind of that's why millennials love it, because it's the easy scroll and it's beautiful image after beautiful image. So if you're using Instagram, make sure the image is really hot and captivating.
Share the love. So again, just kind of show that you're actively engaged in the Instagram community. So not just posting, but also commenting on other folks' photos or reposting. their materials. So again, we talked about this a little bit earlier with, you know, our area having such great photography and such great photographers. There's a slew of content out there for you on Instagram that just with a simple repost and a tag thanking kind of that photographer, you can have content for days.
So the biggest benefit between these two products is reminding your sphere of influence that you're in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing with the ads and stuff, that's kind of like a separate animal, right? This is really just hitting your sphere.
I know this sounds nerdy, but I like to say this is kind of like your newspaper. It's your digital newspaper. You're checking it every day, and it's a way to get in front of somebody every single day with, you know, the end goal obviously is to generate business for yourself. So,
Now, I've noticed, this girl went to Europe for a week. And then, like 2 weeks later, it said, the father wrote back, I can't believe my baby's going to Greece for the week. Why does that come back?
Cause somebody commented on it.
could have been.
As soon as it comments, it gets refiltered to the top?
Not necessarily, but it can.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, she's going to Greece again?
Like,
I'm over life. Yeah, that's life. Hashtag.
Yeah, okay, so it's pretty important, so what, twice a day, 3 times a day, is there a number?
At least daily.
Daily,
At least
okay.
daily.
I know,
if you
that
can.
hurts, but,
Because I don't want to overwhelm, there's Mike again.
There's no overwhelming.
And the other one, Canva, we use it all the time. It's gonna allow you to write like warm and inviting and put a little heart over the image. It's really, you know, you can do color blocks, you can do grids of multiple photos. And it's very easy to use, like you said, but I've been using another one that I like too, that is called Be Funky, B-E Funky. And that's almost, it's like Canva on steroids, but I feel like it has, I don't know, it's a little bit more advanced, but that's another really good one too that I've been using that I like.
Canva's a good like place to start learning,
Correct.
and then if you get advanced, you can go to Be Funky.
So can you give us an example why we would use these for our pictures?
Sure, I can choose
Got one?
something that's probably on.
Well, I feel like that it's gonna make them stand out in a sea of images. You can add some, you know, I wouldn't do this to every post. You know, I wouldn't put warm and inviting or welcome home or whatever, but it will make it stand out kind of in a sea of a feed of, you know, boring stuff. So it just gives it a little bit of a different, like, oh cool, that's a, you know, interesting photo. They may engage with you more, you know.
Okay.
Brandy's gonna show you an
I was
example.
gonna try and dig one out really quick and see if I can find one on our page.
Hey Sharon, you could use it for holidays, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a
Relate
good
for
point.
holidays.
Yeah.
That's good.
Or shrimp.
Festival.
I mean, just simply you can create some of these like little simple things like this in Canva,
Okay.
and you can change like the colors up to be your brand colors.
What's that?
So that's something, so you have a photo and then you put that on top of it? The
Correct,
words
yeah.
on top of it?
I was just trying to see, like we have a lot of. That could probably be created, and you could create something like this in Canva.
It's got a ton of stock photos as well as like the little graphic, you know, elements.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. Like I would try it just maybe once a week. It is a time suck, so maybe say like, all right, one of my posts of, you know, my week's worth will be a Canva.
Yeah, because it does take some time, but it makes things just really, you know, kind of pretty and.
Right. And that's specifically for Instagram? You would use it?
You can use it across all platforms.
Okay.
And what's very cool about it, this is the key, is it sizes it appropriately to serve up where it doesn't look stretched or weird. So that's the key to success, is like, you know, 800 by 800 is the pixel size that's like, you know, pretty much preferred. It sizes it just like you need it to be, so you're not having a monkey with it. Or
It works hand in hand with social media, so not just your Facebook post or your Instagram post. You can use it to create your cover photo. You can use it to create your profile. And again, it's like sizes it appropriately so you don't have to go into Facebook and say, oh, what's that pixel? Like, Yes, ma'am.
Do you use it, can you use it for, like email content, or is it just social media?
No, you can use it and plug it into email content.
I like that idea a lot.
Oh, and I mean, it's everything. I mean, you can use it to create postcards. You can use it to create flyers for a property. I mean, it's a pretty robust to be such like an easy like tool. It's awesome. I love it.
I know, it's a go-to.
Yeah, I do get sucked into that.
I have Canva.
Ripple for videos, you can take kind of, pictures of different rooms of a house and turn it into a video. You can do this from your phone, so it's free. Again, we're trying to give you some, so this doesn't cost you an
Are
arm.
they all free or they're some of them?
Canva's
are
free.
Canvas free, you can upgrade to like a kind of more maybe, is Be Funky free?
Be Funky's free.
Yep.
Is it BE or just B funky?
BE.
But now Ripple's not free.
Part of it is,
Okay.
but again, you can upgrade.
Animoto is another one I've used that I like, that actually will let you do a slideshow and puts it to music. That's kind of
What is
fun. Animoto.
Can
So
you spell that?
ANIMOTO. And that is free. Everything allows for upgrades, but
Yeah.
that one has been a good one. It will make your slideshow look professionally done.
And Bitly we use a lot as well. So if you've got this, URL from a home post that's a mile long, you don't want to use that in your social media post. You want to tighten that up.
Yeah, don't use that.
Yeah, don't
do that.
So you can drop it into Bitly and it'll create like a little tight URL that you can post. And that is complimentary as well. But you can, again, upgrade and then you can like create cool URLs that are,
like vanity.
Yeah, you can create
really?
vanity URLs if you upgrade the account. But again, we're trying to give you free, useful tools and then you can decide how much you use them and if you want to upgrade. And then some also places that you can go for content, and you can go within Facebook to these places and share
On a hard content day.
yeah, on a hard content day, you can go to Inman News and you can share one of their posts forward, or you could go to Greater Wilmington Business Journal or Jacksonville Daily News. I mean, really, wherever you're located, your local paper or the online, like Port City Daily is great here. And Century 21 does a great job of updating content daily, so you could also go to your Century 21 office page.
Yeah, I love Port City Daily. I think they do a good, for realtors, I think that's a really good, solid. And I also really like our Greater Wilmington, the Chamber. It's like Visit Wilmington NC is really good. There's a Visit Wrightsville Beach NC, and they are always posting really beautiful photos. And it's just, they love our area, obviously they're promoting it, so those are good ones.
And the Brunswick Islands, or Brunswick, that's a great one too, if you're in Lower Brunswick County. So, any like group share that you guys want to share, things that you've used that you like, or?
I started writing personal notes for birthdays,
Okay.
but I don't know when their birthday is until it's their birthday. I like to send the card like 2 or 3 days ahead of time. Is there a way to see upcoming birthdays for the month?
In the Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, calendar.
Just go to calendar.
And let's see.
See, that's
That's a really good idea. I like that idea. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
It's about dates.
That's just one of my favorite things about Facebook is the birthday thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So, and we're gonna share this one more time. If you can make social media part of your daily plan, it really does help. And I know that's hard to do. We try and early bird it some mornings and tackle it first thing because your day can get away from you, and use the scheduling tools at hand. But treat it like it's your calls that you have to make or your notes that you have to write. Like, make it a part of your business. It's important. We'll stick around here for a few minutes if you have specific questions, but anything good for the group?
I had a question if you guys had any actual guidelines for a specific format for like Century 21 Facebook business page.
I'm gonna defer.
Yeah.
That's using soon, but you got them.
Okay.
Yeah, she does the Facebook and stuff for the company, so I would ask her.
Okay,
I'm
definitely.
like, we go willy-nilly with
Yeah, I got you.
Hashtag willy-nilly. I don't know if you guys have to use certain brand colors
Yeah.
or if you have to include logos
Right.
on your post.
That's a good call. I would find that out.
Susanna will send you fonts, style book,
There you go.
everything you need. She can email you all the stuff, colors, everything you can download.
That's awesome, and you know, Canva will let you house that. So, that is another plug. We don't work for Canva. We don't really like Canva. We are not employed by them, but we do love it, and you can upload your whole style book into that, so it makes it easier.
Okay,
Yeah, so all your brand fonts, your brand logo, it's pretty cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Check it out, thank you.
Good deal?
Good job, y'all.
Thank you.